Cyerbrainer is an online training platform designed to help individuals and teams learn the latest technologies and become certified professionals, producing a comprehensive learning experience.
So any kind of a value that I want to maintain at a custom level. This is like out-of-the-box implementation type is where we use custom organization and move for reporting purposes. For example, I have a supervisory organization. The supervisory organization could ideally have a cost center, and if I want to add a department, all those stuff. What if the company decides that, apart from all of these, they have their own flavor of an organization or an administrative purpose reporting or administrative or reporting purpose? They have something like a legal entity. A legal entity, apart from all of this that they have, because we do not have an organization type as legal entity. In that case, what I would ideally do is create a custom organization by name, legal entity, and target to my supervisory organization. So I'll just give you a small example. We've all seen that organization assignments. So I will show you that. I'm just going on to Carol Lee's profile and then opening her organization, and I'll just quickly run that through over the. Come on, steady slow. Now I'm opening technology consulting and, if I see over here, organization assignments. So here we have all the different organization types for this particular supervisory organization. So number 1, we saw about company for this particular organization. The company happens to be Global Modern Services, which is a dummy company which we have created in this tenant. Ideally, like I said, the company could be something like, based on what your client wants to be, the Amazon or Facebook Alpha, whatever it is that you're going to be implementing. Next, cost center. So what is going to be the cost center for this particular support, where I'm going to be tracking all my expenses? Next, we have something called as region. So we saw the region, so region organization type, which is going to be here in this case, we've just given it as headquarters corporate. So I can create several other region-based organizations for this, and tag this along over here. This is more for tracking which region I'm going to have this supervisory organization as next. All of these that you see over here, growth share, acquisition, college division, they are all custom supervisory organizations which have been created for this particular implementation purpose. Clear on this? Any questions here? And again, as you might have seen, when you created a supervisory organization, some of you would have asked me this question as to why we are getting all those default ones assigned over there. Because they're all different organization types, and they'll be assigned a default value that we see over here. That's all at a tenant setup level where they set up what is going to be the default that I can have. But from that, if I want to, I can do that. Yep. Let's move on to the next most important topic that we have over here that we're going to be seeing. We have something called as hierarchy. So we saw about supervisory organization hierarchy, where I'm going to say that I'm going to report to a supervisory organization that was going to report to another superior and all the way to the apex one. Now we saw about companies. So if I say company hierarchy, what exactly could that mean? Alright. So let me just tell you one example. So probably you could be part of a location hierarchy, so you could be working out of, say, you're working on Facebook and you could be based out of Pittsburgh. So your local or your supervisory organization is going to be consulting supervisory organization, which is based out of Pittsburgh. And the location, whether that is going to be Pittsburgh. And, of course, several locations are going to be tied to a location hierarchy, which is called Pittsburgh Location Hierarchy. Because Pittsburgh may have multiple locations, and this Pittsburgh location is going to be reporting to the state of Michigan. The state of Michigan is going to be reporting to the location hierarchy, which is called as U.S. location hierarchy. And then it's going to go up to the North America, to the global one. That's how it works. Clear? And to make you understand it a little bit better, what I'm going to be doing right now is creating a location hierarchy. Alright. So let me create a small location hierarchy and make you understand it a little better. I'm going to create a location hierarchy. Right now, I'm just going to say test. I'm going to say this is available to everybody. And I'm going to go to assign all these roles. Let me just put it like don't want any of these to be available. Or visation assignments. So I'm not going to create any of that. Just going to create a dummy one. Alright, now in this particular hierarchy. I've created a hierarchy right now, and, if you see, the structure is going to be exactly the same as what we had created earlier. And again, I'm going to reorg and assign the locations. And here I'm going to say the same thing. So, whichever locations have all of these reorganization, I'm going to choose the location. Let me say I'm going to create New York. I'm going to add its work. And I'm going to possibly add Michigan. Whatever. Just randomly adding all of these. Or I add all these full locations right over there, and then I'm going to say OK. And I've added the members right now. The next thing I'm going to be doing is, or just to give you a perspective, is to understand what it is. Now, this is all right. So that's one time. Second thing. I assigned all these 4 locations. What it has done. Ideal is. It has brought all these employees who are working out of all these locations. So, ideally, if or what is this location hierarchy to is. It picks up all these people who are working out of the locations that I have done over here. So what can I do with this? What is the purpose of this location hierarchy? Say if I want to assign. So here I've created test. I mean when I could create something like a location hierarchy called us, and add all the locations based out of us, and create that location hierarchy, and say that I'm going to assign a country as manager, country as head of HR, country as head of sales marketing. Whatever department I want. All those roles I can assign it over here. This is typically the purpose of creating hierarchies. Get what I'm trying to tell? You say, if I want to have something we saw about supervise the organizations, what do I do with a location hierarchy? I'm going to create a master location hierarchy which is going to be, in a nutshell, group of locations which I'm already created and use it for my admin purposes, to assign roles, reporting or other related purposes, and a location hierarchy level. And again I can have supervisory ones, that is, superior ones. So US hierarchy, if I'm creating one? And that could report to a North American one, that's not the American one, could report to a global location hierarchy in the same manner that I show you right now. Same way that you create a supervisory organization, you can create a location hierarchy and have that particular chain as well. The same organization, the hierarchy that we saw. Similarly, we can have it for location hierarchy. Currently, this is going to be empty because I've not assigned anything over here right now. This is going to be empty right now, because I haven't created the proper organization chart for this test, one that I created. So it's going to come up empty.